Alright, this is Fantasy Football in 5, and we are back for another week. And this week we will be talking about the preseason wrap-up and what went on during the preseason, key injuries, different stuff like that. Last week we talked about our fantasy team, and we made a video on that.
So check that below. Alright, so some pretty key injuries this preseason were Jordy Nelson of the Green Bay Packers and Kelvin Benjamin of the Panthers. We lost both of them on our fantasy team, unfortunately. So Devontae Adams for the Packers should have a bigger role this season, and Devin Funchess for the Carolina Panthers.
Alright, now a couple of key suspensions this year for preseason include Tom Brady. Now, he didn't actually get suspended, but he had his suspension taken away. No longer is he suspended 4 games. He is now ready to play week 1, which is going to be
So we look really smart for drafting him now.
Yes.
Also, Martavis Bryant for the Steelers. He violated the league's substance abuse policy, so he will be out for the first 4 games of the season. And Le'Veon Bell for the Steelers also. He originally had a 4-game suspension for smoking marijuana, but he got that suspension reduced to 2 games. So expect him to be back week 3.
Typical Steelers.
Shut up.
Alright, so a couple of notable cuts in preseason were ones like Reggie Wayne from the New England Patriots. Now, he signed for a small contract, but he was expected to be one of their leading receivers after he signed, and now they cut him, which now I don't think he's going to be signed by another team.
I think he's going to retire.
Yes, and then there was also Monty Ball from the Broncos. He now was waived, and they will not be picking him up.
So it looks like they're going to go with the 2-back system and C.J. Anderson and Running. Also, Michael Vick was signed by the Steelers. Bruce Gajkowski broke his finger, I believe, so don't expect Vick to get more playing time, but that's just a notable move by the Steelers. Also, Tim Tebow was cut by the Eagles after having a pretty good preseason, but I guess they're going to stick with Sanchez and Bradford. And also the
RG3.
RG3, yes. He was put as the backup to Kirk Cousins in Washington, so don't expect RG3 and 13 to play much this season. Alright, so some notable performances this preseason start with Blake Bortles of the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, he doesn't have a very good team, but he made the most of it this preseason. In a game against the Lions, he threw for over 230 yards and had a touchdown in, you know, a shortened game because he's a starter. So just take note of him as maybe a deep sleeper this year, and if you absolutely need an emergency quarterback. Also, Ryan Tannehill of the Dolphins, who we have on our team, he had a pretty good preseason year-round, and so expect him to perform well during the regular season also.
There was also Bernard Pierce from the Jaguars. He had a decent preseason, although the main play that he's known for was the hurdle of the, I think it was the Steelers.
Yeah, probably.
Corner, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But there was also Derek Carr from the Raiders. He had a really good preseason. Now, I think he has emerged as a lot better quarterback, and he has made a connection with Amari Cooper, which is great. So I expect him to put really good numbers up.
Alright, this is Fantasy Football in 5. We deliver all your fantasy news in 5 minutes or less because who would want to watch a 30-minute video on this topic?
Amen.
Alright, we don't have any music playing this week because we're out here, but join us next time as we talk about the Week 1
Studs
recap.
and duds.
Yes, and so please join us next week, and don't forget to subscribe.